Yolan True and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. And today I want to take the chance to once talk about faction credits. Faction credits is a topic that's at the moment quite important for me, and a lot of people are always looking for ways to use them or not to use them. Where can we get them? And I really want to talk about how important they are, and I want to talk about ways to get them in-game, and not only the usual ones most probably know, but also the reasons why I'm using some other methods here as well that some might have been shied away from because they cost another currency that you earn in the game, but they are really important. The best example is my work on the blueprints for the next ships at the moment. We can look at the Klingons here and the Rotaran, because ship blueprints is the main topic for me in case of faction credits. That's why I'm in recruitment videos where you need the elite recruit tokens for one of the factions, where I always say I never do that because I need the credits for blueprints. And the development with the blueprints is a very, very difficult one, because if we look at my Rotaran, which I don't have yet, I'm far away from the level as well, but I have 610 of 650 blueprints here. One blueprint costs 3,000 faction credits. So we're talking about, if I calculated that correctly now, it's 1,950,000 faction credits to get the Rotaran blueprints, because the numbers are rising. In the beginning, if you're new to the game, it's still nice numbers with the first faction ships with 80 blueprints or 100 blueprints or something. But in the end, you need 650 for the epic ships already on the 4-star level. That's why I always skip them. But also here, where I am now on the 5-star level, and those are, from my point of view, the most important epic ships after the 3-star ones, because from all the experiences I know from the first people being in the level section between 61 and 70, the UC ones in the 6-star section, or the grade 6 UC ones, are not as good as the 5-star ones. Because there I said skip the epic, take the 5-star ones. In this case I say take the epic 5-star ones and have the UC 6-star ones if you want to collect them, so to speak. That's what I take out of the experiences I know so far, because the 5-star epics seem to be much stronger and much more effective than the 6-star UC ones, as I learned about this. And so you will need to get those 650 blueprints together at that point when you get there. And that's why this is always my absolute priority when I talk about faction credits. You see I have another 12,200 for the Klingons. With this amount I always exchange when I get 30,000, so I can always exchange 10 of those. So it will be 1 or 2 days more until I can go to 620 of 650, depending on how much time I find for armadas and stuff like that. And that's one of the points here. To do that, you need to gather faction credits from everywhere. One thing is not the getting part, but the not spending part. For example, I have a load of officers waiting to be upgraded. You can see that here, those are all the ones I can level up at the moment. But I'm not spending any faction credits on the officers anymore until I have all the blueprints for all 3 epic 5-star ships. That's the saving part I'm using. But to save something, first of all, you need to get it. And there are different ways. You know, the general way everybody has very early in this game is via your dailies. So if we have a look here, for this daily I get 190 Federation credits, and for the second one 260. It's a large amount if you are a lower level player. For me, on my level, it's not a large amount, but still I take whatever I can get. So you see I haven't exchanged them yet, but this is for all three factions where I'm collecting them. I'm collecting all three factions at the moment because of the blueprints I'm going for. But from time to time I do it differently, as you know. But in this case, I collect them all, but it's just a small amount. So we need more. There's a second one most people keep in mind, and that's the daily events. And so we go there quickly. They are the reputation events, but they are not only reputation events, they are also events that bring you credits. As you can see, the top one brings me now on my level 1,652 Klingon credits, plus the ones from the lower steps, the four other steps. The two steps only bring credits, the first two not, but those two are bringing a little bit more than 2,000 Klingon credits for me. So that's another source. That's why I also do all three of them every day. But I'm also using the refineries. And here we have, for example, and that's only possible for people level 40 plus, I know, once again. But here we have a chance of getting credits for the factions in the volatile isometer exchange. I have exchanged that, so I cannot open it, but the amount is not important. You see on the picture there are Romulan credits there, but there is also a chance for Klingon credits, for Federation credits, and for independent credits, although my important part are the Klingon, the Federation, and the Romulan credits at the moment. And there's no, I didn't want to go out of the refineries. There's another one where I have to balance a bit, and that's the Borg tech, and so I'm not doing all three of them every time. For example, here I can get 1,350 Federation credits for 25,500 of the charged nanoprobes, and that's another source you can use. I keep an eye on my, especially now when I'm filming this, we have the Megacube event, and so I need directives, so I keep a little bit an eye on that. But that's also another source that I'm using for getting my credits. And what I do every day, as long as I have the resources to do that, I go to the Xborg faction, and here of course it depends on your reputation, but once you can do that, you can use the faction exchange here. And with a faction exchange, with the exchange of one chest, you have a chance to get, in my case, 2,000 Klingon credits. You see that it's level dependent. This is now the exchange for level 55 to 59, and I can exchange up to 3 chests. So I have a chance not only to get reputation, which was helpful when I was going for the triple lock again, but the 3 chests can bring me, if I'm lucky, for example, now for my Rotaran, 6,000 Klingon credits. And so that's 20% of what I need for one of my 10 blueprint exchanges. And so all of this combined, you can a lot together. That's why I said, in case somebody was surprised, that I said tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, I think I'll be able to get another 10 blueprints there, because of all the ways I'm using to get the Klingon credits at the moment, and the credits for the other 2 as well. And there's one major source, and that's why I haven't exchanged yet, but I will have to do some Armada soon, because another source for faction credits, it's the rare Armada packs. This is now the 5-star one, or the G5 one. There you have a chance to get up to 3,600 credits for one chest for one faction. And that has given me a lot of credits before. And it's the same with a G4 rare, and it's not in the big amounts than here in the normal rare, but there's nothing in it. But once you start to have the G4 ones, you can exchange here. There you at least have a chance to get up to 3,000 credits for with one chest exchange. And so I'm using them all. And you see that at the G5 it's a little bit more, but at the epics you can do the same. I did exchange the epics. I can do the next one in 18 hours, but that's what I'm using. But I'm doing the 2 chest exchanges usually. That's why I'm quite close to 1 chest, but even if I get there, I will not exchange that, because I always wait for the 2 chest exchange, because they have such a long cooldown time, and I want to get the maximum out of them. In the past, I only did the small exchanges. With the uncommons, I usually do the smaller ones, because it's not that helpful in most cases. But here I want to try the best. And those credit sources, all in-game, as you've seen, are what gave me the 610 blueprints for the Rotaran, and that with a level 57 shipyard. For the Rotaran, I do need a level 60 shipyard. So I'm quite far away from that. But I will get the 650 blueprints ASAP, and then start saving Klingon credits for the Selkie that comes later. But I want to have the blueprints early, even if it's quite hard to get from level 57 to level 60. I will need some time for that, especially because I reduced the shopping here in the game because of what happened lately. And that will need time, but I will have my blueprints when I need them. Once I get a shipyard level 60, I want to have that ship. And the same is here with the Federation. I wanted to show you that as well. You see, I've already got 300 of the 650 Enterprise D blueprints, and the same with the Romulans. They are all cult ships, so I need to have them all. The Rotaran, the Enterprise D, and of course the third ship in that regard, that's the Daridex, or the Romulan Warbird, where I have 210 blueprints already. If you're wondering why the Klingons so many, the Federation only half, and the Romulan even less, that has to do with the order I worked on the reputation. Because I did the Klingons first, then I did the Federation, I brought the Federation to the lock, and then I brought the Romulans to the lock. So it was not a credit thing at the time, it was that I worked on the Klingons first, reputation-wise. And with the rising reputation, the amounts of credits you get for those exchanges are rising. If you have a look, the Romulans and my Federation are on the levels of the 15 billion lock. And where was the credit exchange? I'm a bit blind. Here you see when I exchange the scout messages for Romulan credits, it's 1800. And if we look at the Klingons, if I do the same with the Klingons, because of the higher reputation and the higher reputation level, if I do the message exchange with the Klingons, I get 4,700. So there is quite a difference here if you go higher. You see the Romulans are 15 billion a reputation, the Klingons are at 27 billion, almost 28 billion, and the amount is rising. That's why it was so much easier to go for the Klingons. I will stop doing the dailies and the daily events once I got the blueprints for the Klingons, because then I will take the Federation to a higher reputation level. As if I do the Klingon dailies and daily events, I cannot get much higher with the Federation. You see that I'm only attacking Romulans whenever I attack, but because of the high reputation losses from the Klingon exchanges, it always throws the Federation back to 15 billion. So once I got the blueprints for the Rotaran, I will skip those two for the Klingons to go ahead with the Federation and bring them higher, so I get the higher level of the credit exchange here for the Federation at some point. And in the end, I will do the same with the Romulans. But I shouldn't go too high with the Klingons anyway, because if you look at it, if I get another 15 billion, I'll be at Renowned, and then I'll be in trouble with my dailies anyway. And that step is when I'm at the ops level 61 plus. Then I can go higher with the reputation, but for the time being, I won't. Nevertheless, I hope I could give you a little overview about the topic of faction credits, because I think they are a very, very important thing, and ships are always for me the most important thing. Officers are important, I know that, but my priority is always at this point the ships, to have them, because you can strengthen the ship really a lot with research, and so I want to have those ships at the time when I need them, and that's why I decided to, for once, give you a little overview of my experience on this level where I am now about the faction credits, because it's quite an important topic. And all those ways I've shown you are ways of getting faction credits in-game, and that's the important part for me. Of course, you can speed that up if you spend money on the game and get multiphasic credits. You can get faction credits via the multiphasic credits as well, but that I didn't include in the video because I wanted to show how to do that just with the in-game options that are the most common ones. There are a few more, but those I've shown you are the most common ones. If you want to add something about the faction credits or have questions or video requests, you always know, write a comment under the video or have a look on Discord and write there. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.